Welcome to Gmodism Total Murder channel. Today we're going to do something quite different. Gmodism. I did some testings and I realized that we can actually use CRAM cannons in order to shoot down incoming projectiles. So we're going to make an anti-CRAM shell, an anti-missile, basically a CRAM CIWS system. And since CRAMs are quite inaccurate, and I don't even know if it works with kinetics, but we're going to use explosive CRAM to take down incoming shells because the frag doesn't register on like enemy projectiles last I checked, but the explosive does, so we can actually do a explosive CRAM setup to deal some damage. So let's see here, and since we want a fairly fast shooting system, I'm wondering, I think we're gonna have like a one-axis turret. We want this to be fairly like cheap, so we're not gonna go with a big system. Oh no, we are not. Right, let's see here. Prefab mode, gonna get back this thing. We're gonna load a prefab because we've done so much CRAM Tetris, you know, that I don't think we'll need to do that right now. Let's see here, T17, that's too big. D9 CRAM turret Tetris. God, that's pretty big though. Right. Well, I think it will be good. Can do like this. Let's see if the bottom layer, I think perhaps we should do like that. I mean, it will be like fairly big, but I think it has to be in order to shoot down like big projectiles. We shall see. This is more for testing, by the way, so it's not like certain this will be the end system I'll like end with. Alright, we're just gonna shape it a little bit there. Ooh, and I kind of realized we don't want it, so now we basically don't have any of those there. Alright. Ooh, if I... Let's see here. I'm just thinking because I want to EMP protect this little weapon controller, which means that I need to remove some of these. But if I remove this thing, it's probably fine actually. It will probably be like one thing that's not connected anymore. But we can even do it... Let's see here. We could do it like that, and it's suddenly connected. Okay, cool. Then I should be able to remove. These are the blocks I need removed. Okay, cool. So, since the CRAM is pretty slow, we're not going to be able to have several things that kind of fire on it. So we can't have multiple weapon computers like I've finally started to do, but not for this time. Alright. Have a little metal block there for some there. We can put it later. And let's see here, defenses. We'll go to closing weapon systems all in one. Paste it down there. Right, priority. So we need to set this thing up a little bit. Right, so here we have some settings. If you would, for some reason, set this up for having multiple weapon computers, you'll need to drag up the priority on the closing weapon system controller, just so you know. Anyways, default settings are pretty nice. Angle of incidence, it will probably miss if it's not like sharp enough, so probably 22, I don't know. I'm actually not very good at setting up this time, like these type of rules. I'm pretty new to this thing. But what we're going to do is we are going to add like two rules. Ignore outside distance. So we ignore shots that are further than 1,000 meters away, because I don't think we have a chance of hitting. And to stop the turret from jerking around, let's ignore targets that are inside of like 150 meters. I don't know. If you are very good at CIWS controller, please give me some tips, because I have no idea. Right, modify the weight of the candidate projectile if the input value is inside the range using weight values. So I think it's just weight, and then we're gonna go with what is it called? Diameter. And we're gonna set the weight to max. So weight at range max 10. The weight range minimum max, create linear function. Let's set this to positive something, I don't know. So it should, I guess, prefer big stuff now. And hopefully these rules are enough, and the lock target rule sets I don't really know what to do with, because we are already filtering here, so that should be enough, right? Maybe? Tell me if it's not. But this is anyway some decent type of CIWS setup. Anti-missile missiles are much simpler. Ooh, and now I just realized we will absolutely decimate this Tetris when we... yeah, we might not actually... This Tetris is not actually usable here. I think we're gonna do a smaller turret. Because I just realized that... I want it to be fairly, like, quick when it comes to shooting. We're gonna sacrifice a lot of damage. We're gonna, like, go for max fire rate. Because I think that will be better spent for this time. And we don't need to worry about incoming damage, so we don't need any hardeners, so we shouldn't need too many payload compactors. Alright. So what other prefabs do we have? I can't speak. Right, so I got my 3x3. Maybe it will be a little bit too narrow, but perhaps it's actually exactly what we're looking for, since, I mean... Yeah, then we can slap some armor on this thing too, and we can pretend it's a good design. This is it, isn't it? Let's see here. God, we can't make it that high. It's like one of these slabs could probably be like enough, shouldn't it? Oh, we could possibly modify this pattern too to have like... Yeah, that's probably what we are going to do. So we slap up some connectors to connect up these later. Because these are so cheap if we compare it to the pellets themselves. And this is like only pellets, so we it's a pretty like basic Tetris setup, this one. So we don't need to... Then we basically get... This turns into a 5x5 turret without compactors. So it's a little special Tetris when we plan to not have any compactors, that's for sure. And I wonder, can we even... We possibly can connect up these two. Maybe. Right. Oh, there we have one more. Let's see here. Pellet. Maybe we'll need to turn them around a little bit. It's probably easier if we connect up a firing piece temporarily, just so we can see what we are even doing here. All right, there we go. Very nice. Are you not connected? No, you're connected. connected, very nice. And if you're wondering why I'm having so extremely many of these and basically no extra pellets here, maybe you should take a little look at my CRAM Tetris tutorial and you shall understand. No, this one doesn't want to get connected, does it? It might be a lost cause, we'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit too difficult to connect them up like that. So I'll guess we'll need to do like that to at least get 2 extra connections, and we can kind of waste one. And just do a little bit like the same for this side. And this one down here, same situation. There we go. And here we need to have a bit of rubber anyways to keep the connection away. Well, nice. And then we can basically have armor on the rest of the open pieces, since we don't need to have any. I don't think we'll need any more pellets here. Right, something like that should do it probably. God. Is it just me, or is it like quite annoying with this like big text screen things? Oh, right, cool, very nice. I just installed the mod that I got on the Discord. It was basically just a text file. It was pretty nice. Or no, not a text file. It was just basically a folder, and I got from Belkent in our Discord. It was just a zip, and I just put it in the mod folder, and it automatically works. So now when we go to count blocks, here you can see it actually counts the block for me here, and I can even search them. So I can search for like repair bots, and I don't have any on this thing, so that's really nice, really handy. Alright, so now we have some type of basic setup like that. It's 1000 millimeters. I think we want it to be 1000 millimeters. We can probably make this thing stick up a little bit here. And of course we need it to be quite mobile. We can have, I don't think we need any heavy barrels on this thing. We want it to be like maximum speed. Otherwise we'll just miss. 55. 75. We can probably have them up. Like that. God damn it. It's basically like the CRAM pieces. It's like they basically don't really fit together. They look kind of awful. Oh. Anyways. So we need 4 of these. And the elevation barrels especially, they look like especially janky when we stack them like that. 75 is max, so we'll just have a couple of extra for accuracy, maybe like that. Yeah, hopefully that's good. Alright. We need some extra stuff on this thing. I don't think, do we need a fusing box? I can't remember. I slap a fusing box and check here. Yeah, we need a fusing box. So we should probably have it at, let's see here. Time from launch. I think. Or low altitude. Or high, yeah, let's just do time from launch. And then we're gonna slap on laser targeter here. And that should be basically what makes this. And yeah, this should kind of work. So what do we have? We got a thing. We go to the CRAM setting. We're gonna select this to be high explosive only. Now we get the reload time of 5 seconds. So that's of course terrible in efficiency normally, because that means that we're spending a lot of the time just packing. But hopefully this will be like powerful enough to actually take out some shells. Otherwise, we might need to have some compactors to make it a little bit slower. But we'll add that if we need to. It's easy to add. We even have like free spaces. Like this is 3 connections like that. Like if I just add 1 here, it's instantly 5 seconds. And a bit more packed. So yeah, I can just add a couple of these and it will work. And now I'm thinking, I'm wondering, do we really want like... Yeah, we should always protect the core part with some heavy armor. So we're gonna protect this little block here, like that. So now we got some, like, most important areas covered. And then we can do the rest with metal, I think. Wow. Oh no. I just realized I'm actually building this turret in the wrong direction. Like that. Capture the prefab. And then we'll need to build a new turret, right? Sub-objects, 1-axis turret. Align this direction. Thank you. Save the subject you're currently building on. Yes. Save it as this. Save over. Thank you. Now we are finally here. Okay, so here we have it. Here we have a little shape. God, I always kind of switch up the direction on them. It's like not the first time. If you're new to the game and you do that sometimes, don't worry. I'm playing this for years and I still do it. Cool. Now if we just go to defenses, we want some extra munition warners. I find it to be good to always have a couple on the like turrets you're having. So hopefully this should like work realistically. Yeah. So if we just god mode ourselves and just see there. And if I just spawn this little... Let's spawn a marauder. It's kind of slow shooting, but... we'll see. It only has like 1 cannon too. So it's like... if it will fire sometime. This will be interesting. Oh. Will you... Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's what... That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, that worked pretty well. That worked pretty well. Okay. So, the explosion was able to take out that cram shell. And... oh! Again. How much does this thing cost? This cram stats is 6,000, 7,000. I don't know how expensive the Marauders like cannon is, but we should be able to fire this thing fairly quickly. I think a fast firing CIWS with a lot of those, like, I can just show you. If you go into, if you want a CIWS system, a lot of people like to go for belt feds. Each of these cost 600 and ammo cost 160. So that's like 760, yeah, per one of these, and we probably need like 5. So it adds up, probably more. And I don't know, power-wise, I know that CRAM is pretty strong when it comes to like power per material. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this thing can reliably defend us from a incoming CRAM. From that thing. Alright, so let's destroy enemy vehicles. Let's spawn a crossbones and see if one of these can actually defend us. That would be kind of cool. Oh man. No! Too strong, damn it. The barrage is coming pretty like slowly too. I know that before commenter Nanko Pence basically said that 9 seconds should be optimal for CRAM cannons like this. Now it's trying to target the missiles as well. We can see it's like not strong enough. So if we add a couple of these, let's add a couple where we have like 3 connections. We can twist them around to have more as well, but they're not very expensive. So it's enough if we have like 2. Here we have 3 too, so we can add. No. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 3 is enough. Cool. And here we have 3. Right. So how slow do we shoot now? Now we got like 5 seconds. I don't know. There is few CRAM cannons that shoot faster than like 9 seconds. And we can actually do something like filter this thing. Here we have 3, 2. We can actually make it filter so it doesn't target anything else than CRAM. So we only use shots to actually take out CRAMs. That could be something that's useful. Here we go. Well, only like 2 connections, but whatever. This one, can we twist that around to get additional? No, we can't. We got 2 of them here. Right. Alright, now we're putting them over. We got the 2s too. 8 seconds. Well, that... Maybe those last 2 we placed we can remove. Okay. 8 seconds. Now this should be a little bit stronger. We can go inside of here. Let's see here. Main target rule set. So, ignore outside. Diameter. Let's see here. Where are we? Distance. Is it gauge? No. Projectile diameter. Right. So, of course, 2000 is the max. So small missiles are 250. It's not worth wasting a shot on small missiles. And probably not medium missiles either. So if we set this above 500, it should be at least large missiles, huge, and CRAMs. And since APS go up to 500 millimeters, I don't think it's likely we will be able to have time to shoot them. So we can focus this on CRAMs. So we'll miss the CRAMs and we'll miss the medium missiles. Yeah, so this should be it. We can ignore. Yeah, now we can see it takes out some. It takes out some. And the CRAM barrage from the from the crossbones is actually pretty scary. So if we have like a couple of these, we should be able to reliably deal with them actually. All right, let's add some basic armor on this thing. We don't want to have like a heavily armored thing. We can actually probably just have some health points inside of here. Just have some wood. It's not like we can take a hit here anyways. It's just basic. But then I wonder though, this area, this doesn't really protect it now. Okay. Right. So let's just have a little bit of metal. We have a little metal ring on the bottom here. And then it can kind of stick up just a little bit. Gmodism, why do you not enable symmetry plane? Well, I don't know. I should have. Yeah, and what we basically can do is we can just put on a nice little basic shape on this thing. So it looks like a little AA-ish. And this one actually has a turret neck, which I never do. I never do turret necks. but everyone says they're useful, so perhaps I need to start. I don't know, actually. Should I start with turret necks, or are they overrated? Tell me. Alright, so there we are. We have successfully completed this structure. We have a beautiful little design here. And I've copied a couple of them, and what do they cost though? They cost something like sub-objects mode, 8,000 materials per thing. I don't know if they really pay for themselves in terms of, well, damage. Now are they missing a failsafe? What are we doing? In any case, they are shooting down incoming crams, and if it's efficient or not, I don't know. What the effect would be on missiles, I also don't know, and I can clearly see that we should obviously set them up synchronized so that they actually don't fire at the same cram and overkill it, but spread out a little bit. Okay, hopefully this is a little bit better. Now we sync them up a little bit. So, we're a little bit... Oh no, now we're so close distance, I'm not sure they even engage. Well, I'm kind of happy it works. I'm not sure it pays for itself, but it works, and it's pretty cool that we actually can do it. It does take out a substantial amount of incoming crams, that's for sure, because the crossbones crams are actually pretty strong. The marauders is like no big deal, but these ones would actually do some damage. So anyways, I'm happy with this little experiment, and I think we got a cool little thing out of it. So, hope you enjoyed this too, and if you did, please do stay tuned and, well, consider to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. You can also support the channel if you so wish at numerous option at gmodism.com/support. In any case, thanks a lot for watching. This is your host Gmodism, and we're signing out.